Hi, I'm Darrel3000, online at Darrel3000. I'm here with Twyla today, and I'm going to help her calculate her carbon footprint and hopefully help her to reduce it as well. So we're going to begin that process. It's an online form that you fill out with specific information about your household. And then when you finish, you hit submit and it tells you how much your carbon footprint is. It also gives you solutions about how to reduce your carbon footprint, like planting trees and using energy efficient appliances and energy efficient light bulbs. These are all things you can do to reduce your carbon footprint. So in addition to learning how much it is, it gives you suggestions on how to reduce your carbon footprint. So I think everybody should do it.
Great. Let's go.
All right. So the first question on the form is your zip code.
10025.
All right. The second question is how many people is in your household?
One.
All right. Let's just wait for it to load. It's not fully loaded yet. One. Do you live in an apartment or a house?
An apartment?
Are there more than 5 units in the building?
Yes.
Terrific. Do you purchase solar energy or wind energy?
No.
Okay. Okay, so I have a question about a household diet. Is it mostly meat? Some meat, no beef, vegetarian, vegan? How would you characterize your household?
More fish, but some beef, some chicken.
So average omnivore. So there are specific questions about what you do to save energy. Do you have a programmable thermostat in your apartment? It's a digital thermostat.
No.
No. Do you use energy efficient appliances or Energy Star rated appliances?
One of them is.
All right. Do you use energy efficient light bulbs?
Yes.
Do you hang your clothes on a line to dry it, or do you dry it in the dryer?
Dry it in a dryer.
Okay. So the next set of questions is about transportation. Let's give the page a minute to load. You recycle, yes?
Yes.
Terrific. So, do you travel mostly by car, bus, subway, or?
Subway.
Terrific. How many miles would you say you travel every week by subway?
Oh my goodness. It would be hard for me to calculate that.
How far do you have to go on a daily basis? From where to where?
I would say I do 6 to 9 miles a day.
Okay. I'm also going to ask you about air travel. Okay. Long flights which are more than 2,500 miles, that's like the West Coast. Medium flights like Chicago or Miami. And short flights like Albany or Pennsylvania.
Medium flights.
How many would you say you do every year?
12.
How many nights would you say you spend in hotels annually?
I just can't calculate that. I can't.
Okay. So, okay, 12 flights. Every flight, do you stay in hotels or relatives?
It depends.
It depends.
Friends, hotels.
All right, I'll do an average 1 to 2 weeks. That's the average. Okay, so it's from those are the final, all the questions.
Oh, okay.
And it's calculating your footprint now. The average for households in America is 21 tons.
21 tons.
Yes, that's the average.
And what's the average number of people that would?
Per household?
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure what rate they use here, but it's probably 3.5, I think. But your carbon footprint is 16.5 tons.
So that's good.
It's better than the national average. All right, and some of the things you can do to reduce this is like you can plant 200 trees and that brings it down to 0.
So
We
how
can
many?
also do meatless days, because every time you eat meat, there's a certain amount of carbon footprint ascribed to every animal and every piece of an animal, right? And you can put in a digital thermostat, which helps you to control more of the energy consumption. We also suggest purchasing consignment clothing, and of course, you already take the bus and so on. They suggested that as well. So there's a variety of ways you can reduce your carbon footprint, including buying carbon certificates. It'll cost you $200 for carbon certificates to reduce that to zero. Right? But the carbon certificates is more for like companies that are producing a very large footprint in the thousands and so on. That doesn't really apply to households. So of course we recommend planting trees and doing all the other little incremental stuff that adds up to help you to reduce your carbon footprint.
Have you taken this test yourself?
I have, and you can also email the results to yourself if you like to.
And how did you do on the test?
My carbon footprint is 22 tons for my household. So it's a ton above the national average. So there's a few things I have to go back and do to reduce that. I'm also going to plant a lot more trees and so on. Maybe I recommended that I plant 300 trees to eliminate or to balance off the zero balance to 21 to 22 tons.
And this website that you access to calculate this,
Yes,
what is
this
it?
is Conservancy International. So you go to Conservancy International, I believe it's .org, yes. conservancyinternational.org. Actually, it's conservation.org, my mistake. Conservation.org, and you can either search for carbon footprint calculator, or there might be a tab on the home page.
It's great.
There are other websites that also do the same thing, but this is the one we are using for this program here today.
And where are we today?
We are here today at Snug Harbor on Staten Island, where they're having the Future of Storytelling Conference and Expo. So a lot about how you're going to tell stories in the future, such as virtual reality and all the different technologies, is on display here today. In addition to the green bus that we are displaying and using VR to design gardens, which is what we are focusing on, there are a lot of other displays here that focus on other aspects of technology and how you can use that to tell stories in the future and now.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Very nice meeting you, Twyla.
My pleasure.